Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Kanooz Ashraf. First, the headlines. Speaking in the National Assembly today, Foreign Minister invited the opposition leadership to offer their input on foreign policy issues. Information Minister speaking at a reception in honor of foreign ambassadors in Islamabad today said Pakistan acted as a responsible and mature nation during the current standoff with India. Director General ISPR has said resolution of lingering Kashmir dispute is inevitable for reduction of tension in the region. The Senate was informed today that 3 more export processing zones will soon be set up, while 13 new companies have been granted approval for car manufacturing plants. Azad Kashmir Legislative Assembly in 3 identical resolutions today appealed world bodies to take serious notice of Indian aggression at the line of control. In Afghanistan, 21 people were killed in a suicide bomb blast in Jalalabad city today. And now the news in detail. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has invited the opposition to sit together with the government on foreign policy issues. Responding to the speech made by PPP Chairman Bilawal Bhutto Zardari in the National Assembly this evening, he said government would welcome any suggestion from the opposition parties to cope with the challenges Pakistan is confronting with on foreign affairs front. The Foreign Minister invited Bilawal Bhutto Zardari, opposition leader Shehbaz Sharif, and other parliamentary leaders to come to the Foreign Office, and the government would seek their inputs on foreign relations. The Foreign Minister said boycotting of OIC meeting in Abu Dhabi was done in light of the unanimous resolution passed by the joint sitting of the Parliament. Regarding release of Indian pilot, he said Prime Minister Imran Khan took that decision in best interest of Pakistan and to de-escalate the situation. He said Pakistan's gesture of peace was widely acknowledged by the international community. Federal Minister for Information and Broadcasting Chaudhry Fawad Hussain has reiterated Pakistan's commitment to peace and said the country wants good relations with all its neighbors. He was speaking at a reception given by him in honor of foreign ambassadors in Islamabad today. The ceremony was attended by diplomats and ambassadors from European Union and other countries. The Information Minister apprised the diplomats of the facts of tension in South Asia region caused by Indian aggression. He said Pakistan has acted as a responsible, patient and mature nation at each stage. Chaudhry Fawad Hussain said the government and armed forces of Pakistan have acted in defense of their sovereignty while responding to Indian aggression. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi telephoned his Japanese counterpart Taro Kono today and apprised him about the steps taken by Pakistan for regional peace and security. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said Pakistan is a peace-loving country and desires peace in the region. The Foreign Minister said Pakistan has decided to soon send back its envoy to India. He said a Pakistani delegation will also visit India on 14th of this month for talks on Kartarpur corridor. He said we have also decided to revive contacts between the DG military operations. The Japanese Foreign Minister hailed Pakistan's goodwill gesture regarding release of the Indian pilot. He said Pakistan and India should resolve the disputes through dialogue. Director General ISPR Major General Asif Ghafoor has said resolution of lingering Kashmir dispute is inevitable for reduction of tension in the region. Talking to CNN, he noted that non-resolution of the dispute is an obstacle in the way of peace in the region. Referring to the Indian atrocities in occupied Kashmir, Major General Asif Ghafoor said there will surely be the Kashmiri reaction if India goes ahead with the oppressive measures. He said there is also UN report on the Indian gross human rights violations in the held valley. DG ISPR said Pakistan released the Indian pilot as a goodwill gesture, and it is now up to India as to what steps it takes for de-escalation. The Senate was informed today that government has ensured uninterrupted gas and power supply to industry, relief in taxes, and clearance of refunds to enhance industrial growth. Responding to a question in the House during question hour, Minister of State for Revenue Hamad Azhar said the government is preparing 5-year tariff policy to ensure competitiveness of local industry and sustainability of tariff structure. He said 7 export processing zones have been established, while 3 others are being set up to promote industrialization in the country. He said 13 new vehicle manufacturers have been granted approval for setting up plants to manufacture cars and other vehicles, while 2 closed down units have also been revived. This is Radio Pakistan. Prime Minister Imran Khan says providing conducive and business-friendly environment to investors is top priority of the government. He was talking to chief executives of the two Chinese companies, including President of Global Sales XCMG Dr. Hansoy Liu and Chairman HSS Group Syed Salman Hashmi, who met him in Islamabad today. The Prime Minister highlighted the steps taken by the government to provide maximum facilities to investors, reducing cost of doing business and improving ease of doing business. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Executive of both Chinese companies expressed commitment of $2 billion investment in Pakistan in housing and manufacturing sectors. President Dr. Arif Alvi has underscored the need for value addition in all sectors, especially in textile, for increasing Pakistan's exports in international market. Talking to a delegation of All Pakistan Textile Mills Association in Islamabad today, he said increasing the exports and reducing trade deficit is an important component of the present government's strategy. Dr. Arif Alvi said government is formulating strategic trade policy framework for next 5 years, which focuses on reducing the cost of production and encouraging investment in export-oriented sectors. Railways Minister Sheikh Rashid Ahmed has emphasized the need to strengthen the two-way cooperation between Pakistan and Iran in rail sector. Talking to Islamic Republic news agency during his visit to Iran, he said Pakistan can send its products to Central Asian and European states using the Iranian rail network. Sheikh Rashid Ahmed said Iran and Pakistan should cooperate in building railway links between Taftan and Quetta and Chabahar and Gwadar. Azad Jammu and Kashmir Legislative Assembly in its special session in Muzaffarabad today passed 3 identical resolutions appealing world bodies to take a serious notice of Indian aggression at LOC and massive human rights violations in occupied Kashmir. These resolutions were moved by Minister Raja Nasir Ahmed Khan, Sardar Mir Akbar Khan and MLA Javed Iqbal. The resolutions say that Indian troops should be held accountable for the war crimes and their powers under draconian laws will be withdrawn with immediate effect. The resolutions termed Indian ceasefire line violations against the international law and a major threat to peace efforts in South Asia. A side event at UN Human Rights Council has concluded that international pressure on India to prevent a war with Pakistan has opened the door to a similar intervention to resolve Kashmir conflict. 2 members of the Kashmir delegation to 40th session of Human Rights Council participated in the side event at Geneva organized by World Muslim Congress. The human rights defenders noted that international pressure on New Delhi is a positive development that strengthens the case for a similar intervention in Kashmir. In Afghanistan, 21 people were killed and several others injured in a suicide bomb blast in Jalalabad city of Nangarhar province today. Spokesman for the provincial governor, Atayullah Kahogi, told that 5 attackers stormed the EBE construction company compound early in the morning in the Behsood district on the outskirts of Jalalabad city. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, light rain, thunderstorm with light snowfall over the hills is expected at isolated places in Rawalpindi divisions, Islamabad, Malakand, Peshawar, Kashmir, and Gilgit-Baltistan. To end the news, some of the headlines once again. Speaking in the National Assembly today, Foreign Minister invited the opposition leadership to offer their input on foreign policy issues. Information Minister speaking at a reception in honor of foreign ambassadors in Islamabad today said Pakistan acted as a responsible and mature nation during the current standoff with India. Director General ISPR has said resolution of lingering Kashmir dispute is inevitable for reduction of tension in the region. The Senate was informed today that 3 more export processing zones will soon be set up, while 13 new companies have been granted approval for car manufacturing plants. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com Radio Pakistan News Official.